On her way to work, Dilma, a fearless female police officer, was ambushed by armed robbers who suddenly swerved in to block her car. Without a second of hesitation, she drew her weapon and opened fire. The sharp crack of gunfire echoed through the street, sending two of the thugs fleeing in panic, abandoning their accomplice trapped in the driver's seat. Realizing he was outmatched, the last man quickly stepped out of the car, raised both hands in surrender, and dropped to the ground face down in complete submission. What began as an ordinary day at this travel agency suddenly spiraled into chaos and danger when two armed robbers stormed in. With cold determination, they pointed their guns at the staff, barking threats. Don't do anything stupid if you want to stay alive. But they weren't just after cash. They demanded access to secured devices and ordered employees to unlock connected systems to bank accounts. Their twisted plan? To hack into those accounts and transfer the money themselves. Nearby civilians who sensed something wrong quickly alerted the police. Within moments, heavily armed officers surrounded the building, preparing to use lethal force if necessary to rescue the hostages. Fortunately, before bullets could fly, the robbers surrendered. The terrifying ordeal ended without bloodshed, and control was quickly restored. A meticulously planned heist was set in motion. A bold attempt to rob an armored truck transporting cash. A white vehicle carrying the suspects pulled into a nearby parking lot, just a short distance from the armored truck. Proof that the gang had studied the victim's routine in detail. As the security guard carrying a money bag walked toward the armored vehicle like any other day, the robbers struck. One man wearing a white hoodie sprinted forward and aimed a gun directly at the guard. A violent struggle erupted. It lasted only seconds, but it was fierce. The guard managed to fire his weapon just in time. Realizing the plan was unraveling, the gunman panicked and fled the scene, abandoning his accomplice. Then came an incredible moment. A nearby bystander, without hesitation, charged in and tackled the terrified suspect to the ground. No cape, no uniform, just raw courage. A true street hero. The couple was just about to enjoy dinner at a small restaurant when a gang of robbers stormed in. The girl tried to leave the danger behind, but the thugs blocked her path. Their foolish and reckless behavior toward her ignited a firestorm of rage in her boyfriend, and they had no idea they were about to pay a heavy price for their mistake. As the girl moved to safety, that was the moment the man decided. It was time to strike. The man was backing his car into the garage when a white vehicle suddenly screeched to a halt. Armed robbers had arrived. Two men jumped out and stormed into the garage, trying to hijack the car before the automatic door could close. But what they didn't know was that the homeowner was ready, waiting for them to make their move. Without hesitation, the owner opened fire in self-defense. The robbers quickly realized their fatal mistake and fled for their lives. On a rainy day inside a small convenience store in Pennsylvania, a man burst through the door, armed and extremely dangerous. He pointed his gun straight at the cashier and shouted, "Don't do anything stupid!" But then, the cashier pulled out a gun of his own. The robber panicked, his confidence shattered, and bolted out the door like a coward, leaving behind nothing but the echo of fear. Florida police report a terrifying home invasion was thwarted when the homeowner fought back. According to the Escambia County Sheriff, 3 men approached the front door of a residence with clear malicious intent. As the homeowner opened the door, 2 of the suspects forced their way inside while the third pulled out a handgun. But what happened next flipped the script. Doorbell camera footage captured the dramatic moment all three suspects bolted in panic as the homeowner opened fire. Two of the suspects, DeTorin Hackworth and Antonio Dwayne Dean Jr., have been arrested and charged with using a firearm during a felony. Authorities are still on the hunt for the remaining two suspects. A botched robbery at a mobile phone store in Surrey, BC turned into a nightmare for the thief. He shattered the glass door to force his way in, but little did he know he had just walked into a trap. The store's advanced security system instantly sealed him inside. Watching everything unfold live on her smartphone, store owner Peggy Burnt immediately contacted the police. Trapped and panicking, the would-be thief rummaged through the store in vain, finding nothing worth stealing. Desperation set in as he tried to flee, but every exit was locked tight. Moments later, police arrived and took him into custody without resistance. Burnt later spoke out, highlighting the growing wave of thefts and stressing the urgent need for better protection for small businesses. A bold theft rocked a quiet suburban neighborhood in the dead of night. A group of brazen thieves broke into a home using garage door tools, slipping in without making a sound. They ransacked a truck and rummaged through the garage, snatching anything of value. But just as they thought they were in the clear, the homeowner woke up, gun in hand, and stormed outside. Panicked, the intruders bolted into the darkness, vanishing before police could arrive. Though they escaped, the incident sparked growing fears over rising juvenile crime and shaken trust in neighborhood safety. An armed robber pretended to be a customer, waiting quietly. But the moment a staff member stepped into the store, he pulled out a gun and threatened them. He forced the terrified employee to lead him straight to the cash storage area, waving his weapon and yelling at everyone around, spreading fear and panic throughout the room. But just when things seemed most dangerous, a hero appeared, landing a series of powerful kicks on the robber and saving everyone from harm.